Mr. Jordan of Ohio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, thank you for joining us today. I think, just three quick questions. Let me go first to this concern I think was raised earlier by my colleague from Utah and our colleagues from Utah and Arizona about this idea of the government majority owner in General Motors and Chrysler, and yet also the regulator of the competitors of those two companies. Are there, or have you, or has NHTSA put any specific safeguards, any specific protocols in place, again, just to ensure impartial treatment when you're evaluating recalls and complaints you receive from any car manufacturer? Do you know of like specific things you've done, specific protocols, specific safeguards that have been enacted?
Have we put any safeguards in our relationship with companies other than Toyota? Is that what you're asking me?
I'm just saying, just this perception that here we have the taxpayers, the majority owner of General Motors and the government, the majority owner of General Motors.
So you're asking me just about those two companies then? Any safeguards, GM or Chrysler, right?
Exactly.
We've put no safeguards in. We don't have to. Safety's our #1 priority. When safety's our #1 priority, it's not going to be compromised by any kind of relationship we have with anybody. Never has been, never will be.
Okay, let me ask you along those same lines, in regarding specifically the Toyota recall situation, has anyone from General Motors contacted you about the Toyota recall situation?
I'll have to check, but not that I know of, but I don't, since I'm, I want to be accurate on these things, and I know this information is important to you, and I will personally let you know, but I don't think so.
How about anyone from Chrysler?
Not that I know of.
Anyone from the United Auto Workers?
No, sir.
Has anyone, specifically Ron Bloom or anyone else from the Auto Task Force, contacted you regarding the Toyota recall situation?
No, sir.
Okay, last question then, Mr. Chairman. Earlier you said, Mr. Secretary, every Toyota car listed on the NHTSA recall website is unsafe. Is that statement accurate only about Toyota, or does that mean any car listed from any company on a recall website list?
Any car, any company on our website that's listed for recall should be taken to the dealer so it can be made safe.
Okay. Let me go back one, if I could, Mr. Chairman, one other. Back to any contact. Do you know if anyone I asked you if you'd been contacted. Do you know if anyone from NHTSA has been contacted by General Motors, Chrysler?
You know what? I'll have to get back to you for the record.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We have lots of employees at NHTSA. There's no way I would know that. But I'll check it out and I'll let you know.
All right. I would yield the remaining time to Mr. Issa.
Mr. Secretary, this is within your scope, even though it clearly is not something that anyone's going to say you could have taken care of immediately. But are you aware of any studies that show us out of these 23 million recalls during that decade, how many cars got fixed? How many cars had the...
I'll have to put that on the record for you. It was the 23 million is the last 3 years.
Okay.
Not the decade.
Okay. Of these 23 million, if you have or can get or can have a study done to let this committee know, out of 23 million cars that are unsafe, as Ralph Nader said, unsafe at any speed, well, unsafe on the highway, there are 23 million cars. If, let's say, only 20% of them had their recalls applied, I don't think that's going to happen with Toyota, but it may happen with other less publicized recalls, then we have 90% of those 23 million unsafe and on the highway. Would you commit to us to find out how effective recalls are, what percentage actually get applied, and as a result, how many cars are unsafe, in your opinion, my opinion, I suspect the Chairman's opinion, so that we can evaluate whether or not better advertising or better compliance needs to occur?
Of course, we will get you the information, Mr. Issa, but we're a little bit busy right now, too, so I hope you're not going to stipulate we do it within the next 24 or 48 hours.
Of course not, Mr. Secretary. Although, if you need more resources, just ask.
Our people are very busy, but of course, we will provide you the information.
And Mr. Chairman, if just one piece of patience. I'm presuming that all it takes to get this information would be to contact the top 11 manufacturers and ask them to provide it, since they have it, and you said they give you what you asked for. With that, I yield back to the gentleman.
Gentleman's time has expired. I now recognize the gentlewoman from California.